まあニコりたいっていう
一定数いたんだろうね。
一定数いたけどね。
あ、マジで？
やっぱ
あ、そう。あんな機能何に使うのかさっぱりだ。
セーナとかの漫画でさ、ちょっと面白いコメントしてる人がいるとニコりたいっていう、たまにコメントでなんか
コメントへのいいね
見たりはしてる。そうそうそう。
機能すら理解してなかった。
らしい。私もよくは知らない。ちょっとフフってなったやつに。
なるほどね。
あれしたい人はやっぱそのサイトだといるらしい。
確かに確かに。言わんとしてることは伝わる。
あ、でも今やるべきはそれじゃねえや
ほんま。よし。次枠予約を無効にしました。
自動延長を無効にしました。
うんうん。あ、まとめよう。そうしちゃおう。コーデックス。これ出てんじゃん。
Good, good. There you are.
Yeah.
I have news on our missing Shaper fragments.
You found them?
Not exactly, but I do know that coward Diggs is planning on selling them off to the highest bidder.
An auction?
Yes, some of the Arcanists you rescued overheard a few things. Gave me the idea.
Where would this happen?
I talked with some freelancers. Got some locations that would be ideal. My gut tells me Diggs won't wait long to do this.
Sounds right. Okay, I'll get out there and start a search.
The heart of rage is no more. Freelancers kept their promise.
I hear you.
So, you're the one after all. I thought it might be you. The Grandmaster talked to you?
I talked to him, yeah. What's this about?
Well, you've been making waves. Opening the gates of the Fortress of Dawn? Not bad. But reaching the inner sanctum? All kinds of wheels started turning in Anthem when you did that.
What do you mean?
ラーメ
Why
ンが
would
辛すぎ
anybody
て
in
辛い
Anthem
もや
care
し
about me?
ヒーハ
I
ー
mean that wheels
夏は
literally
辛いのっ
started
て
turning
辛いのして
inside
ない
the palace. Arden Vasa built some device to tell him if a worthy
Arden
lancer
Vasa.
appeared. I hear it told half the
う
city.
ーん
That's huge and unexpected.
A lot of eyes are watching you now, wondering what you'll do next.
Yes. Well, they're not the only ones.
I can help you with that. I guess it's time to properly introduce myself. I'm the lawkeeper and storyteller for the Legion of Dawn.
The Legion is gone. It broke apart centuries ago.
The Lancers left the path, it's true. But there have always been a few souls tasked with keeping the Legion alive. Arden Vasa left the wheels ready to turn for a reason. The path of the Legionnaire has been waiting, like the doors at the Fortress of Dawn, for a worthy Lancer.
This sounds like you're about to give me a contract. Or several.
Not a contract, not a job. A challenge of a sort. You know the stories of General Tarsus. Do you know the tales of her most trusted counsel?
I've heard their names, children's stories. But I don't think that's what you're asking.
You should know whose footsteps you're following. At the height of the dawn, countless lancers flocked to the banner of General Tarsus. All who had the heart to fight were given a place. But a few were more than just lancers. These were the boon companions of Tarsus, walking the path as she did. The Legionnaires.
結局
In the
どこ行ったん
trials,
だろ
Arden
う
Vasa said something about walking the path too.
You
Am I
opened
supposed
the
to win?
doors, but it's not enough to pass the tests. You must keep walking, day after day. Arden Vasa,
あでも
builder of the first javelin, the
Okay.
first emperor, Sanadin, whose swiftness inspired Corvus, Medero, Magnastral, and Leotrail the Unbroken. They all had one thing in common. They shared the ideals of Helena Tarsus.
And you want me to do that too?
Follow in their footsteps. Become a legionnaire. So many eyes are watching you. If you can do this, revive the path of the legionnaire, maybe the glory days of the legion are only beginning.
ギャングのオークション会場チャレンジいつの間にかもうトリガーであることにか
Medeiron was the son of Arcanists. He had lived his entire life in a cavern, underground, hiding. At 10 years old, he had never seen the sky or an Urgoth or any beast but men. The world was utterly unknown to him, except for tales of horror and woe. But among the stories warning children to hide and obey their parents, Medeiron heard one other, a whispered tale of a rebellion against the Urgoth, and a legion rising to set all people free. So, at just 10 years old, Medeiron left the safety of the Arcanists to find the Legion of Dawn.
His parents couldn't have just let him go, could they?
They forbade him, of course, but he picked his moment and ran away. Raised to be a scholar, he knew how to read the secret signs of the Arcanists. He followed them through the wilds to the Legion of Dawn. Or he tried to, anyway. The Chimera had a different plan.
Is this the kind of story where a small boy fights a chimera with a stick and a rock?
No. Although most of those stories you've heard are based on Medeiron. He'd never seen a chimera. He'd never even seen a grabbit, but he was a very good student. He learned all the warning signs that he was being hunted and remembered stories about laying false trails. He led the chimera on a long and winding path through the rocks, back and forth. He could never shake the creature, but it could never find him. Then the other hunters came. General Tarsus, in the first javelin ever made. Testing her new armor, she found the chimera stalking the boy.
Lucky for Medeiron.
No luck about it. Tarsus followed his trail, just as the chimera did. She was just learning the javelin. No one knew what it could do, not even the man who made it. Not trusting her suit's strength in a fight with a chimera, she lured it into chasing her instead. While it ran after Tarsus, Leotrel found the boy and spirited him away to safety.
I don't know if I'm disappointed or relieved that no one actually fought the chimera in this story.
Well, the path of valor is a tricky one. It's not always about victory in battle. You know that. They took him to their own camp, where the Legion hid at the time. When Tarsus asked where he lived and who his people were, Medeiron replied, "You are my people." The others tried to persuade him to return home, but after a long moment, Tarsus said, "He is home." From then on, Medeiron served as a page to the Legion of Dawn. Eventually, he became a legionnaire himself. But that's another story.
よくやるぜ。このプレイ援護かなと挙手する。勇気のチャレンジ。依頼ストロングホールドイベントクイックプレイ。これ出てからやんなきゃいけないんだ。今までやったクイックプレイの数はカウントしてくんないんだ。イベントは正直フリップやんなきゃいけないからめんどくさいな。またプリンこやん。
WAKO ウージ
いっすいっす遊ぼうぜ。
Good. What have you got for me, Bryn?
Remember that ultra-powerful shaper relic the Scars were enhancing with Arcanist machinery?
Yeah, and that Iskar is saying the relic would bring down the fort.
The Scars hit it well, but thanks to our beacons, I may be onto something.
ちゃんもやも
We're detecting a
ゲ
massive
ボ難易度
Scar
だけど。
presence and a power signature I don't
ワ
recognize.
イも
It's got
フリッ
to
プ
be
で
the relic.
霊廟とかいうの探せって言われた
Go,
もやし
And thank you.
フリップでレビュー。ああ、それマジでめんどくせえんだよな。フリップでマップ行ってマップ上にある霊廟に行くんだけど、霊廟に行った時に霊廟の扉を開けるためにチャレンジがあって、やれ格闘できるとか、なんかマルチキルとかいろんなのがあるんだけど、とりあえず一回霊廟に行かないと自分が何回達成したか確認しづらいから、とりあえず一回フリップで行ってきてみ。めんどくせえんだよなあれマジで。マルチキルらへんが特にめんどくせえな。
しょうがねえなもやし
しょうがないんや。順調に進んでんなでも。ちゃんもやも。ショータイム。ちゃんもやも20何レベルぐらいになれば。
空でやっても4人村で埋まるからなもやし
確かに。そういう意味では気楽だよね。別にパーティープレイしないにしてもソロップしてれば人入ってくるしっていう。このゲームそういうとこはいいと思う。おポポ乗った。なんかクエストがあるからクエスト。お、これウージーの依頼か。どうする？レジェ依頼ウージーのやるか、俺の依頼なんか適当にやるか。どっちでもええで。これまず1にして。2はハードだから。キャンモンもとりあえず20レベルぐらい超えれば、一応グラマス1なら死にまくるけどいけなくはないと思うんで。
レジェ行くかウージ
レジ行きますか。じゃあグラマス2にするか、せっかくだし。チャンスを増やすために。ヘボ強だから。基本勝てなくはないんだけど。勝てんのなんの。ギャー。あとは野良ガチャがどうなるかだな。
オスオスいたか
おいすー。あとちょっと早ければ。 目終わりで回収よかったらするからって無理やり飛び込んで入ってくことはしないかな。マッチメイキングされてるからもうあれかね。
どっちみち飯食ってるでな、伊坂。
あ、ならまあちょうどよかった。ピロリン。エンジェルフェード今ひたすら集めてる。
Ready and waiting, Matthias. Let's hear some details.
Have an idea about some of my old research on Arctis ruins. New location. Got it. Let's find another.
まあ別にここリスポンできる地域ポン。死に方勝ったポン。ポン。
Fantastic. Another one finished. That should be sufficient. Yes, I think that should be it.
相変わらず睡眠のが順調だな。
Wait, it looks like I have another job for you. Not far.
プレステ4のスペックを考えてないゲームを作るとか
Have an
難しいわ。
idea about some of my old research on Arctis ruins. New location.
Understood. Let's see what I can do.
4人しかいないとはいえこんなオープンワールドみたいなでっけえ箱庭だし、ある程度高さ制限をしているとはいえ空を飛べるゲームだし、すげえなと思って案の定って感じ。うわポン。じゃあ別にロープだからついていいのか。ポン。
The ruins must be around here. I know it.
I'll check it out.
Yes. I'm sure that can't be all. Blast! It's a fury. A pity we can't dissect one.
孤立して死ぬから、ね、わ、やべえ、あれやべえやつかってみんながやべえこと 制限エリアじゃねえよ。普通に吹かれるよ。吹かれない。あれともう吹かれるよ。フューリーっていうのが入ってる。そうなるんだよなあれ食らうと。あれどうすりゃいいんだろう。次随分遠いところです。スン。問題はこの裏にいるバケモン。あのバケモンこいつどうすりゃいいんだ。こいつのバリア破んない限りは無駄に使うことになる。どいてくれお前ら。キーサカレジャック。スパチャが欲しい。あ、あれか。忍者がいるのか。忍者スパチャかな。あ、やべ、全滅か。生き残っておかなきゃいけない。スン。フューリーマジでどうやって攻撃を受けんだろうあれ。タイタンの誘導弾より速すぎるしモーションが少なすぎると思うんですけど。あいつマジ化け物なんだから。あいつ以外の雑魚をとりあえず倒しまくった方がいいのかな。全員のスパチャが溜まってて同時にできればスパチャによるご利用しもできなくはない。 化合物意外と必要と思った。あれさっき買わなかったかな。
30分延長しました。ノーネーム。延長しました。
あいつがしてくるの。
That's it. There must be more.
いで。あれキュウリいなくなった。湧かなくなった。死んじゃった。良くも悪くもイベントは進んだな。
Looks like the beacons were damaged. When you repair them, watch out for curious predators.
P さんがいる。ここまで来れば入らない。あれがあるかな。この方がね、バグってるやつ。メンタルが引き剥がせない。ああ、間に合わねえか。やっぱゴリ押しは無理だな。重い。男だ。
That's the first. Exciting.
死んでるときは戦慄の事故が。あった。 あいつ誘導弾から逃げ切れ。ドゥーン。
There, you see? With the signal transmitting, always expect